just duck. Duck.
Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Nintendo's Red Cube live from the Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. And welcome to all of you guys here at Gamescom and obviously also to you guys tuning in from home. So it's lovely to have you guys again with us. So we are going to introduce everyone who's around in our Red Cube right now because we brought some wonderful friends from Nintendo of Europe. And we have Chris, of course. Hey Chris, good to have you back. And Filippo for the first time today.
Hi, hello everyone.
Buongiorno Filippo.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, it's not really morning, but I guess it's okay. And we obviously also have Sarah, Cass, and Colin. Hey guys, are you in a good mood?
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds confident, and I know why, because we're going to talk about the new Splatoon 2 update. Yesterday, we already got a good glimpse of what is happening in the new update. We saw the new map, Manta Maria. We also saw the new weapon, the Bubble Blower, which is quite exciting. And today, we're going to focus on the Salmon Run.
Yeah, so basically Splatoon 2 is getting continuous updates, and actually today there is an update to Salmon Run because there is a new map that we can play. And as you may know, Salmon Run is a cooperative mode within Splatoon 2 where you play with up to 4 players and take on difficult salmonids. They are controlled by the computer, so it's really a very different dynamic from how it is normally.
Yeah.
The content that we showed yesterday was focused on Turf War and on the competitive modes, where Manta Maria is a new stage coming to those modes, and also the Bubble Blower is a new special weapon coming to those modes. But today it's all about Lost Outpost, the new map for Salmon Run.
I'm curious to see how you guys gonna fare.
Yeah, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna play 3 rounds. The first round we'll play at 10%, which is a low difficulty level, which gives me the time to just look around and really explore the geometry of the map, while at the same time my esteemed colleagues are taking care of the hard work. So shall we just jump into it?
Yeah, sure. I have just one quick question to Filippo. So Filippo, I guess you were able to play it as well already, Lost Outpost.
Yes. It's actually, I love Salmon Run in general, and Lost Outpost is a really interesting map. So as the difficulty progresses during the course of the stream, I will take over the duty of describing what's happening on screen while Chris will basically shout orders at our team.
Actually, that would be my next question, because Chris already told us that they are going to start with 10%. I think next one is 40, and we will see how much higher they are able to go. And what do you expect? Like, are they going to make it in the highest difficulty?
They're pretty good players, so I think at least we want to see more than 40% for sure.
Set the bar high, yeah, that's it.
So what you can see on the screen now is that we've all chosen different weapons because we've been talking while you were talking amongst ourselves to get a good balanced selection of different weapons, so that we basically can counter any boss salmonid that crosses our path. Because in Salmon Run, it's really about defeating the boss salmonid, collecting their golden eggs, bring them to the basket to fulfill your quota, and those boss salmonids all have different strengths and weaknesses, so you need to be prepared for the unknown.
There are certain weapons that are definitely much more apt at defeating specific salmonids. And we have High Tide already in the very first match.
So that means I cannot really show everything of Lost Outpost, but let's just start by the most unique thing, and that is that there are walls inside, and it's sort of a building in the middle, and you can see that the basket is in the middle of the building. You can, oh, there's already the first boss salmon.
As Mr. Nogami said in the announcement, basically this was a populated and inhabited place, and the rising tides, rising sea levels, basically people abandoned this area because of the rising sea levels. This enclosed building plays a big strategic role. And
yeah, what you can see already is that my teammates have been coloring the walls quite diligently, and that is because, especially on the higher difficulty levels, it's going to be quite tricky to not get stuck inside these walls. You can see now with high tides, there's actually not a lot of room for us to move around. Oh, we have a steelhead over there. Let's see if we can get him.
Steelhead is a typical example of a boss where a long-range weapon really helps you. Yeah. You have to hit that bag of poisonous explosive saliva that he generates from his forehead. And so a long-range weapon
sounds delicious, Philip. Really.
So what you can see is that, especially in high tide, there's not a lot of movement space. So what I've been doing as well is also coloring the outsides of the walls so that I can quickly get inside and get to the basket if needed.
Also because salmonids cannot climb walls while inklings can. So by going on the other side of a wall, then you make the salmonids that are chasing you have to go all the way around, so you gain some breathing room.
Yeah. So right now we are only in wave 1.
Yes.
Yeah. So what you can see on the top left is that our quota was met.
Yeah.
For every round, there is a quota of the amount of golden eggs that you need to retrieve from the boss salmon.
Low tide.
Low tide, that's great. That allows me to really show the geometry of the map.
Nice.
So now, in wave 2, out of the 3 waves that we have to complete, our quota has gone slightly up because, of course, we want it to be a little bit more difficult. But more importantly, the tide has gone down. So that means that the level is a lot bigger now. And you can see here that this is actually quite a vast end of the level. They're going to be very dangerous because if you use your squid form here, you will fall into the water. Sorry guys, you have to do a little bit more work now.
Okay, they can just ink your life preserver and immediately bring you back into the game.
Yeah.
But what's interesting here is if you are courageous enough, you can squid jump over these gaps of water. So it's a bit dangerous, of course. But I think the steelhead is chasing you, Chris. That's a difficult position to be in. Oh, whoa. Oh, just as he was getting destroyed by your teammates, he got you. So yeah, you can you need to use squid jump here to pass over, to go over these gaps, and it can. If you make a mistake, of course, you fall into the water, and then you're like like a player 2 just did.
And another interesting fact about low tide is that you have fights happening at multiple sites at once.
Well, with low tide, the basket gets moved down, usually in the low tide area, every time. So it's really it's a big space, but it's different from the normal the normal placement of enemies. I generally like a lot low tide in Summer Run because you know where you need to be, you know what you need to do. It's difficult, but at the same time reassuring for me, as in the situation of Summer Run is always of controlled chaos. Now you're always on the brink of the defeat.
Yeah, so one thing that I really want to mention here is that all the 4 sides outside of the building are vastly different. So here you can really see that in Lost Outpost this part is particularly dangerous, because if you get caught here, how are you going to get back? You're going to be really slow getting back, or you have to squid jump from place to place to be very quick.
And then risk to miss and hit the water.
Whereas this really requires you to squid jump from side to side to be a bit safer. Oh, I think I see some help calls. I'm coming for you guys. Oh, they're all right. Okay, well, then I'm going again.
As you can see, the quota in even at 10% difficulty keeps raising. So wave 1 was 4 golden eggs, wave 2 was 5 golden eggs, and wave 3 is now 6 golden eggs. So that means at least 2 boss summons have to be defeated, and all of their eggs have to be collected.
Yeah. Oh, I love this boss.
Yeah, I like this guy. So, you know, they say that this guy, the fish, at least the salmon, it is invulnerable.
Yeah.
So you cannot damage him, but you can break all of the pots on which he's sitting on until he gets hit by the fire underneath. And that's the only thing that can defeat him.
Yeah, so you can see now that we've met our quota. Suddenly our top priority is not to get more golden eggs. Our top priority is really to stay alive. Because in the end, there's always two things you have to do. One, get the quota of golden eggs. And two, make sure that you stay alive. Oh, that was a really nice one.
Nice kill.
Well done. Now, every golden egg that we go atop of the quota, it gives us a better reward. So there's still an incentive to overachieve, but we don't really need to.
Yeah.
So, oh, thanks for that. So I think that this was just basically more of an introduction into what is the geometry of Lost Outpost. We see that there is a central structure with walls where you can really get trapped. And then there's 4 very different places to spread out into. Now we're going to change the difficulty level to 40%.
Yes.
And that's probably going to mean that we're going to have some more panicky situations.
Yep. Yeah. And it might get a bit louder, so sorry guys. But of course you have to communicate, and that's for me one of the fun parts about Salmon Run, that I can play with my teammates and I also can blame them from time to time.
I'm going for a slosher.
I mean, when you go up in hazard level, now that at 40% we are at go-getter, we'll start to maybe see also completely different waves, not just boss salmonids, like we saw them now, but it could, the time could change, time of day could change, could become night, or it could become foggy. There are very different situations that we need to adapt to.
Yeah, so now, with 40%, really, in the 10 seconds before boss salmonids start to spawn, our top priority is coloring the walls. Yeah. Because we know that at some point during this match, we're going to need them. Oh.
Low tide again.
Yeah,
and it's becoming night. Oh,
this is fog, I think, right?
Yeah, it's low tide. And,
it's low tide, yeah.
It's the cannon. So
we got a special one here.
In this specific wave, you have 2 cannons, and you only have very big salmonid that come out, as well as bosses. So 2 players need to take the cannons on the sides.
Oh, I think there's a Moss there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the others have to take care of defeating the bosses before you get torn by these waves.
Well done.
One effective way to defeat Moss, the big shark that came out off the ground, or salmonid shark fight.
Yeah.
Where is he? Oh, here. Okay.
One effective way is to throw a grenade, throw a heat bomb,
that's
like that, just before he comes out. So that
there's another Moss.
There's another Moss, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that's also one of the reasons why you changed weapon, right, Chris?
Yeah, well, my main reason for changing weapon is that I like the slosher against the salmonids that I'm not so good against.
Okay.
So, for instance, I find the steelhead always quite difficult to defeat. But with the slosher, I managed to reach his head a bit easier. So for me, the slosher is really sort of a convenience weapon.
So these
careful for the Moss.
These special waves that have different spawning patterns are usually more difficult. They're more challenging, but they also reward you with a lot more golden eggs. You've seen that they've already reached 15. So if you're effective, you can really collect tons of golden eggs.
Yeah, nice. Like we see right now.
Yeah, exactly. So,
wave 1 clear. Good job, guys.
Booyah.
Yeah. So it was actually quite special because we've had twice that the basket moved to the place where there is the lowest tide.
Medium tide now. This is the more standard time.
Make sure we get the walls also from the outside.
You see that in wave 2 the quota is 8, which is already much more than wave 3 was before at 10%.
Okay, is everyone on the outlook? Okay, just so you can see in the bottom left corner, you can see that you can actually call your friends also with a non-verbal command. which can really help everyone find their way, because there's the boss here, doesn't really say so much, but if you say this way, sorry, this was a fake one, if you say this way, it's much more clear where everyone needs to go.
On top of that, on the screen, the other players, an arrow, the text will appear, and also a big arrow will
There's
appear.
also rockets.
Yeah, there's a fly fish, a steelhead. So these are
I take the right side of the
most
rocket.
difficult bosses to defeat.
Oh no, I'm blocked.
Yeah, you need to place your bomb directly into the bucket.
Yes.
I mean, each player has 2 uses of a special.
No, you're not getting my golden egg.
Each player has 2 uses of a special, and there are some special that help you defeating the bosses. But yeah, generally the strategy with the fly fish is you have to throw an ink bomb inside the open can.
So you can see what I did now was I was guarding the golden eggs to call my friends. However, we've already met the quota, so it might not be the best strategy, because it's not our top priority anymore. Our top priority is now to not get stuck.
Yeah, so these corridors, these tiny openings, are a sort of double-edged sword. No? You can create these bottlenecks where it gets easier to defeat a big amount of enemies, but if you get caught in the middle of that room, a well-placed fly fish barrage or a bomb from a steelhead can defeat the entire team immediately, because it's an enclosed space.
So this
Wonderful map.
This is going quite well. I'm very curious what's going to be thrown at us now.
Wave 3.
I think we're in a good spot.
And you know, I like how the basic mechanics of Splatoon have to be used in a different way, so to speak, in Summer Run. Most, yeah. You have to cover the ground, not to win the turf war in this case, but to gain mobility.
Yeah.
Which is really one of the most important things. You need to be able to get from one corner to the opposite corner of the map very, very quickly.
And in addition, it's still very much about territory control. Because the moment that you fail to defeat a boss salmonid, it's going to cost you mobility, like you can see here. Because suddenly it's the salmonid's ink color. And that means that it really slows you down. Oh, there's a mouse here. Oh, got it.
Nice.
Well done.
Well placed, well placed.
Oh no!
Yeah. So the fly fish, the one that's throwing this rocket barrage,
there's another mouse.
target
There's another
out
mouse.
of 4
Be careful
of,
behind you.
the inklings.
Kaz.
And then we'll automatically shoot rockets at their position.
There's another mouse.
Situation is getting a bit hectic. You know?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, yeah, I did also throw a grenade with.
Yeah, he threw an ink bomb, and also it was eaten at the same time. So
Yeah.
the mouse at least was defeated.
All right.
Oh, this is scary. This is dangerous.
Quota is met, so 20 seconds to
The
hold.
steel eel coming towards us, that's very
The
dangerous.
steel eel inside this is really, really dangerous.
Come on, guys. Oh,
And also the ink rain.
so now you can
Not
really
very
see that
good.
we're getting stuck here. And I am actually going to prioritize surviving this wave, I was going to say.
Yeah. I mean, the wave has been cleared, so it's all...
All right.
Chris, don't get me wrong, but I always love it when you get that unhappy tone in your voice, like, oh.
Yeah, well,
still,
there was some passionate play. Let's put it like
definitely.
still great results, because 51 golden eggs is an impressive result.
Yeah. Well, I think that boosts enough confidence to start becoming overachievers.
Let's do it.
Let's try. I think if I mean, we said if we survive one wave, it's good already, basically.
Definitely. So the higher we get, your job title is actually also increasing. So now we're going for overachiever.
And I gotta say, it's something that I just really love about Splatoon 2, that you continuously get new updates, new content, and it's always fun to just explore the new stuff. Like, whether it's a weapon or a new stage or whatever, I really, really love that about that game. Like, always keeping it fresh and new and fun.
Well, staying fresh, it's obviously a big point of Splatoon 2, and we really want people to always find something new to do, something different, something new to try and experiment with.
So what you can see now is, because our top priority has shifted to surviving one wave, we've all chosen for weapons that have high firepower, can give us a good defense to get away, rather than focusing on weapons that are good against specific boss salmonids.
So what did you go for?
I went for the dualies because they have a high fire rate.
Yeah.
I think Kaz went for the arrow spray because that's what he always plays with.
Arrow spray is very good in this kind of map because there's range, high firepower.
There's at the grids.
Dualies don't have a very big range, so you might be in trouble when you find, for example, a steelhead. But at the same time, they allow you to go on cleaning duties.
There's a steelhead.
All the small enemies.
Okay, I'm going for the umbrella.
You know, that's the thing I was talking about.
Yeah,
oh no.
That's the moment where you realize that there is no time to use the proper terminology. You just go, the umbrella guy.
Yeah, exactly. You can really create your own language.
And that's a scrapper.
So first golden egg secured.
Oh, very well placed.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate there, I think.
Nice.
But this is going well. We almost have the quota.
Yeah, 3 more, 2 more.
Yeah, we need 1 more boss salmon. Oh, there's a steel eel here. That's
about 40
fine. That's
seconds
fine.
to survive.
I will get the steel eel.
So the steel eel has this salmon that is driving him basically at the back.
Yeah.
Okay, surviving now. We've got the eggs.
Yes. And you know, again, people are calling for help because they're being splattered and they need to revive. And as soon as you paint ink on your allies, they get back to play. It's fun now. All of a sudden, you start from having one inkling splattered,
okay,
then
just
2, then 3, and then the situation becomes
total
panic, just trying to revive somebody in order to survive.
Absolutely, and that's the fun part.
You don't want to be alone in there.
Yeah. And that's the moment where I usually blame my teammates.
Well done.
Yeah, of course. Or the controller.
Yeah, of course. Battery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've lost quite a few territory to the Salmonids, so we're gonna try and get our territory back as soon as possible.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. First wave survived. Pretty good job.
That's
it's low tide.
Already.
It's low tide.
And yeah, low tide, the basket is moved, so everybody goes
Still
down
coming.
Yeah.
Lower area. It's, I think, really interesting to see how this map plays out in all of the different modes and waves that you can get. As the low tide here, I feel personally it's more complicated than low tide in the other 2 maps that we've released because of these gaps in between the areas and because of all the areas that you cannot ink in the low tide area. At the same time, there's a very long path for the enemy to spawn, so you clearly see them beforehand.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky. Does anyone have a long distance weapon? Yeah, the Mose is fine. Mose is fine.
So there are, you see now, the situation has been reversed. Instead of collecting every egg, now there's like 12 eggs.
We need to get enough for the quota.
12 golden eggs on the floor.
We need to prioritize
but they
quota
just
now.
don't have the time.
Yeah,
Go there, collect them, and bring them back to the basket. Because if you now don't focus on your team and helping others, it's very easy.
Our eggs got stolen there.
Yeah, you just need 1, guys, to get the quota.
Really?
Only
one
egg. Yes.
Okay, I've got 1.
Can he make it though?
Yeah.
Yes.
What has been reached?
Okay,
so
20 seconds.
Spread out. Spread out to different zones.
20 seconds of survival. Yes, here if you just want to survive, you want to go through.
Yeah.
Even if you have a golden egg, even if there are golden eggs on the ground, if you just spread out, you avoid that big area attack just defeats the whole team. And
well done.
Chris is doing some parkouring around the central building.
Well, the walls are actually the most safe zone in a salmon run, so...
So let's see if we can complete this with wave 3. That's medium tide now.
Oh, that would be amazing. We are.
12 eggs, so that means at the very least 4 boss summonids have to be defeated and all of their golden eggs have to be brought back to the basket. So we have another steel eel. And another umbrella guy, as we were saying.
I feel like I'm so silent right now. It's just, I enjoy it so much.
Well, you're not the only one who's silent.
That's unusual for you guys.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
Well, we are almost making a 70% run.
Yeah,
so
it's pure excitement.
Keep concentration, guys. Focus
well
on the
done,
task ahead. That's really good. You're already halfway through the quota. Actually,
there's
2/3.
Scrapper here. Yeah, I got you. You do it from behind.
3/4 through.
Nice.
2 eggs left.
2. Oh.
No, go and deliver. Quota has been met.
Yeah.
So 45 seconds of survival now.
45. Whoa, that's long.
Yes.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Nice dodging.
So you see there, he popped the rocket that the umbrella guy shoots, and in this way you are stopping from generating the ink rain.
25 seconds, guys.
It's going well.
Yeah, it's going quite well.
It really is.
Yes, there's one more.
Oh, what a bad position to
stay
be
alive.
in.
Yes. So here you see how, even though now the focus is shifted to survival, it's still very important to defeat the bosses.
5 seconds.
I'm coming towards you. Yeah, nice one.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, we made it.
70%. Very good.
Fantastic job, guys.
Yes, that was very impressive. Very good, guys.
I am speechless, so Filippo, can you do this in the closing words?
So maybe you want to give us a quick summary of what is coming, in regards of the salmon run.
Well, I mean, this map is available
It is available right now,
Yes.
for sure for local play, and it will also be inside the rotation for
Very soon,
online
yes.
play, because Salmon Run is playable online at select times. So yeah, enjoy this Lost Outpost map, and also enjoy all the future free updates coming to Splatoon 2. I think with that, we can live our lives as overachievers.
All that adrenaline in Chris' body right now. Well done, guys. Thank you very much, Sarah, Cass, Colin, and of course, Chris and Filippo.
Thank you very much.
It was great having you guys here. So if you have some free time in the next hours and days, just come by and join us in the studio. I would love that.
Okay.
Going for the 80% run then.
Just remember to stay off the hook, guys.
Exactly.
Right.
So thank you, guys. That's it for Salmon Run right now, but we're going to continue our show in the Nintendo Red Cube. But before that, we're going to switch over to Max, our reporter, who's outside right now, and he's going to talk a little bit about Nintendo Switch and his job as a reporter in general.
Three, two, one, and go! And oh, I already missed the turbo start there. That's really unfortunate. Thank you, Tim. And hello, everybody. We're just outside of the Gamescom venue, me and a friend of mine, and we're playing some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition. As you can see, we are playing on the Nintendo Switch in tabletop mode. So we are both using one Joy-Con each. And we can play together on the same console at the same time. That's really one of the great advantages of the Nintendo Switch, as well as the fact that you can play everywhere, anywhere. So, for example, just outside of Gamescom. And if I look at the race right now, I'm not doing terribly well. By the way, I'm using a returning character, King Boohoo. He was not in Mario Kart 8, but he's in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I really like playing him. That's great, but I'm not doing terribly well right now. I'm in third place. You can watch some real Mario Kart pros do some Mario Kart action later today when we hold our grand final of our Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament. It's taking place at 5 p.m. CEST, and you can watch it on our website. So make sure to definitely tune in there and be part of it. Don't miss the action. And I think sixth place right now. That's not that good, but I'm also talking to you at the same time, so maybe it's not too bad. Maybe I still have an edge, but to win this race, Tim, I think I'll hand it back to you. So Tim, we'll see each other at 5 at the tournament finale, and see you then. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, Max. It was interesting to see you being outside, even though everyone is inside right now. And we are also inside of our Nintendo Red Cube right now. And I'm joined by a wonderful guest, namely Quentin. Hey, it's good to have you here.
Thank you very much. Really excited.
Yeah, and of course, Filippo is also going to join us because you're going to help us out with the gameplay.
Yes.
Because we are going to play Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and I'm excited for that one.
Me too, actually. I'm really excited about this game.
So I guess many of our audience members already know what it's about, but maybe you give us a quick introduction. What is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle all about?
So Mario plus Rabbids, that's his name points out. It's Mario and the Rabbids who just invaded the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
And as they are rabbits, they are crazy. They just twisted the place. Everything is upside down. And they are teaming up with Mario and his other Nintendo characters to save the Mushroom Kingdom. So the game is about exploration, and here, for example, we are in the spooky trail world, which is spooky, and we can already see that the Rabbids messed stuff around. So exploration first, and then we will move to the combat, which is the core experience of the game.
I mean, I really love how the mix of this kind of typical haunted house style of the Mario, like the words in the levels in which you have booze and the haunted houses, and the mix of Rabbids. So if you can see the game here now, we have, for example, this.
Dolls,
yeah, let's dive into the game right now.
Yes. So this puppet made like a rabbit made with string and fabric. And actually, this is something that Quentin made me notice earlier. There's like a pumpkin chain jump.
And there are tons of Easter eggs like that throughout the game with all the Nintendo characters. And all the time there is that rabbit twist that bring a little bit of fun. And here we have one of the classic Mario challenges. It's a red coin challenge. So if people manage to collect 8 coins in time, you should have a pretty cool reward.
Yeah, so this is, again, how these two game worlds, these two game systems are sort of combined, no? In a way, the classic 8 red coins puzzle from Mario games. In this case, in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, gives me a
weapon.
A new weapon.
And you will need it because the challenge is pretty tough.
Yeah,
don't worry, I'm here.
Actually, that's the thing. Like in this segment, at least I can be guided through the game by an expert, which is quite nice for a change.
It's important to notice that we are pretty late in the game right now. We are near the end of the 3rd world after 4. So of course, right now you are brought in the heat of the battle. But of course, if you experience the game from the beginning, you have the time and the progression to face the challenge.
Even though I'm sorry, I just wanted to say, even though I might sound like a fanboy, I really love this combination of Rabbids and Mario because I love them both.
Yeah.
Like, both worlds, and the combining the quirkiness and fun of Rabbids with all the usual stuff that you already know and love from Mario. It's amazing.
No, and it's really cool to see how the characters interact with each other. On Nintendo side, you have the characters, they are heroic, they are brave, and of course the Rabbids are crazy. And it's interesting to see along the game how the Nintendo characters become a little bit more crazy and the Rabbids become a little bit more heroic.
They learn from each other.
Yeah.
So there is always an exploration phase and then a battle phase. In this case, I want to solve a puzzle, and I need to place something on this pedestal in order to lower this wall. So I will go down here.
Perfect.
Well, in the exploration phase, the characters are guided by Beepo. That is this rabbit-eared electronic Roomba.
Yeah, it looks like it, right?
Small robot, and he's the clever one. He's the one that is understanding what's happening and trying to help the heroes as much as we can. He's also unlocking new abilities to allow them to reach new areas on the battlefield, and he's also sometimes a little bit the sarcastic one in the group.
I'm honestly thinking about upgrading my vacuum cleaner with ears like that. It's amazing.
Be sure to send us.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure we are offending a lot of developers by saying that.
Yeah, I know. It's a robot.
It's okay. We all love Beepo.
I actually really like it.
Yeah.
And here comes the battle. So as soon as the hero crosses the 2 black flags, it means that we enter the battle. Here we have a look around. Here, the objective of the battle, you can see it on the top right corner, it's a reach area.
Yes.
So we don't have to defeat all the enemies. The most important thing to do is to put a hero in the yellow zone at the end of the battle.
So we start from here, and the yellow zone that we need to reach is all the way up there.
So it might seem far, but it's not that much. As you can see, there are a lot of pipes that enable a lot of circulation and movement in the map. But of course, if you can circulate, the enemies can circulate.
Yeah, I didn't make it, though. I'm excited to see how you solve it.
The enemies have basically almost every skill that you have.
Yeah.
They have the same skill set in a way. So if you can go through a pipe, they can go through a pipe. And if you can jump piggyback of an ally, they can do the same.
And they know how to play the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
First we go into the battle HQ to prepare for battle.
Let's get ready. So we see that it's a reach. The map is pretty big, so we'll try to focus a little bit on mobility. So first we will select our team. So Mario is the leader. He will always be in the team, and there will always be a rabbit as well. They are a little bit narcissistic and jealous, so it's important to have them represented there.
And they need to provide the comic relief as
of
well.
course. So yeah, Luigi is a very good choice in that map. He has a lot of mobility, thanks with the double team jump, very high damage, very, very low HP. So better put him in a safe position.
It actually sounds like Luigi, but I think because I'm reading there, like the primary weapon is precision. So because I noticed this big area, he can shoot very far away. With
very far away, and especially there are some high grounds on the map as well. If you manage to put him there, he will get a damage buff from
okay.
from the high
so you get extra damage if you're attacking from the high ground, and then we get some raw damage instead.
Raw damage,
Rabbid
mobility, and that one is probably the crazier of the craziest.
I love
the crazier
so
of the Rabbids.
Yeah.
So, so then we can buy maybe a couple of weapons as well.
So each weapon comes with different stats, different playstyle, and different super effects. So in the case of Mario, for example, you have Honey or Bounce. I would suggest the Bounce.
So Honey gets the enemy stuck in place and they cannot move anymore, whereas Bounce gives it a chance to bounce, and if you push them out of the bounds of the map, you can actually get bonus damage.
Let's bounce them. And of course, each hero has a primary weapon and a secondary weapon. In the case of Mario, it's...
well, what could it be?
I don't know.
The hammers, of course. And again, here, I guess we're going to go for bounce as well, right? Because we want to try to push as many of the enemies.
Then you can also trigger some combos with the bounce. And you just want the enemies to leave you alone here, so you can just move far.
So then we have Rabbid Yoshi.
Rabbid Yoshi with the Rumble Bang.
And this is like a Gatling gun in a way, no? Like it shoots tons of projectiles. So what we... I guess we're going too far.
So in the game, you almost just unlocked Rabbid Yoshi at that stage, so that's why you don't have a lot of weapons.
Okay. And because all of these weapons, they need to be found, like
find them in the world by completing battles or fighting the chest as we did before. And you collect coins to be able to... of course.
So what do you think is the best of these Rumble Bangs?
It's up to you. I like the push. The stone is also pretty good.
The stone petrifies the enemies and lets them, they don't act for a turn.
They cannot do anything for until the end of the turn.
Okay. Let's go for push again.
Let's go.
Something more dynamic. And then, I mean, I don't know what it does, but I have to choose the grenade that looks like a rubber duck with Sam Fisher's visor.
Sam Kingfisher. Good choice.
Sam Kingfisher, okay, that's a good name,
and let's equip our Luigi.
And then we have Luigi. So Luigi has, as we said, this precision weapon. And I like the fact that some of them look a bit like vacuum cleaners from Luigi's Mansion, no? Which also fits again the theme, the spooky theme of the game, of this level. We go for bounce also for him.
Yeah, I think let's make them bounce all over the place.
Well, I mean the rabbits in the end. I think actually this is a sentry, so it drives to the enemy position and then explodes.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't reach the enemy, we'll keep following them until they reach the enemy. So it can be a good decoy. It deals a lot of damage.
Yeah,
so really interesting.
It's almost like an additional player in a way, an additional character. And then actually something that I haven't seen in the demos that I've seen before this summer, we can really set skills for all of these characters, and we can develop them in ways that make them personal to us, that we can customize them really. So I think before this, I've already changed I've already spent some points to give Luigi some abilities. So for example, Team Jump, which is a very, very big part of the movement phase in this game, allows you to jump from enemy to enemy. We can do it twice with Luigi.
With Luigi. So, because most of the time you need to put him pretty far. He has a good range and low HP, but thanks to the double team jump, he can really go and reach the other players, the other heroes really fast. So it's a really good combo, and I think you also focused a bit on the techniques.
Yes.
Especially the steely stare, which is very, very powerful. It enables the Luigi to react and shoot at any enemy that is moving in his line of sight. even if it's not its turn.
Yeah. So even when the enemies, when you're not moving, when your turn is over, and the enemies are moving, if they pass over, then you automatically shoot them. So here what I did is I spent some point to increase its damage and reduce the cooldown, for example. Then I've also added some point in the other so that I have more movement if I go through pipes. We did something similar for Rabbids Yoshi. Rabbids Yoshi is the only one that can dash over several characters. So again, in the movement phase, you can still do damage to the enemies. We're gonna show it actually in the gameplay.
I'm actually quite excited to see how the enemies are going to behave, because I always love watching their steps.
And especially in that map, there are a lot of chaos that is brought thanks to the enemies and other elements that we will discover. And it's really cool to see that map, because every time we see someone playing it, something different.
Yeah.
So now I think I bought most of...
maybe dash damage, some stomp damage.
And stomp is...
up there.
Yeah, I could do the cleansing jump. So if I jump on my allies and they have like a negative status effect, I can sort of cleanse them. Yes. Okay, I think it's okay for now. Let's just dive into the battle.
Let's go.
Sounds good.
And fight.
Left or right?
Yeah, so...
I usually go right.
Yeah? Because you told me before that the left path is more challenging.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm gonna go for that.
I didn't even make it on the right side, so...
yeah, I mean, I want to show people like a good challenge.
Proper challenge. Okay.
So here, first of all, I take this pipe. I can immediately go. The blue is represents my movement range, and you can see that if I stay behind one of these walls, I immediately get covered.
Yeah.
There is a difference, right, between these two?
So the small ones are half covered. They have half a chance, 50% of chance of protecting you, and the full cover protects you 100%.
Okay, you can see it from the icon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And before,
oh, sorry.
So as we said before, it's really important to use your movement phase as much as you can and try to optimize it. So it's okay, you will probably survive, but we will see with the other characters that you can dash the enemies while moving for a little bit of extra damage.
And here we activate hero side, which is a bit like Steely Stare.
Exactly, yeah. So if they are moving, Mario will react and shoot at them.
So maybe you said that because he has low HP, maybe we move him last,
let's keep in for the last, and especially with the double team jump, you will be able to use the two characters.
So what I do now, I do what I should have done before,
once,
so dash.
And even twice.
And twice. And then I'm actually going behind cover. I like how you can really combine all of the skills in the order you prefer.
And it looks so cool.
Bam, bam. And I can still attack now. So, yeah.
Lurking around the corner.
I think he's gonna...
Oh,
he's been pushed. Yeah.
Nice.
Well done.
So now I actually could use this shield just to...
The shield or the other technique, which is the Scary Rabbit, that will repel the enemies. If they are repelled, they will move. Mario has activated his hero side, so let's see what happens.
So we can try to make them combo off each other, basically.
The enemy moves, Mario reacts.
Mario shoots.
Once, twice.
Wow.
Good.
And now we have our Luigi.
Then Luigi, let's make him team jump over here.
Yep.
And so that you can shoot.
Let's try to finish that Valkyrie.
Yeah, and you were also able to see right now that you don't really need to go to the coins. You can just like collect them.
You can pick up them just with moving around the cursor on them. Yeah. There are a little bit of extra coins. The majority of your coins you receive them from completing the battle. Here there are some extras that you can get from destroying covers, because the covers, of course, they are the bricks, the well-known bricks for Mario, and if you break them, of course, you get coins.
Do you think I should activate Slister now, or should I keep it for the next turn?
There are some enemies on the map, and they will probably try to move, so I would really suggest activate it.
Just to be safe.
Just in case.
So now we have the boo here as well. Can you explain a bit how they work?
So the boos, they are not really enemies. They are kind of neutral elements that you will find in some maps of spooky trails. And basically what they do, if a character, enemy or ally, is pathing close to them, they will grab them, follow them everywhere, and at the end of the player turn, like that. So here the enemy just was just grabbed by a boo, and at the end of the hero turn, the boost will teleport the character in a random place.
Okay.
And of course, by random, most of the time it's not really where you want it.
So it triggered the Steely Stare from Luigi. Is that inspired by the Luigi Death Stare?
If you look at the icon, you might see some similarities in the way Luigi is looking at heroes.
So actually, this block now changed.
Yeah. So those are explosive covers. Some of the covers actually have explosive covers inside if you damage them. And those covers provide a status effect if they explode close to you.
Okay, so I should not activate it now with Luigi's.
So better stay away from there.
So let's start moving Mario first. And I can't go into the pipe if I jump.
So let's try to make the best out of it. You can team jump on Luigi and land on the enemy. That's the signature move of Mario, the stomp.
Because Mario is the only one that can attack from the team jump.
Landing on top of an enemy to damage him. And
wow, and you can further jump as well. So maybe I can place him. Should I still be on cover?
Yeah, always stay in cover.
So maybe either here, I would say, or
that's good.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. So jump, attack, and move. Nice. Well, I mean, Mario is the one that should be able to jump over everybody, and I can still shoot now. Yeah. So.
It's also a good opportunity.
I think I'm also because everybody's in range.
Yeah. So that's the Empower, one of Mario's ability to buff the damage of the teammates. And here it's the perfect option to use it. All your teammates are in range, and you will receive 20% extra damage from it.
I always love how much time you should actually invest into positioning all your characters, because it's so important. Like, usually I tend to rush into the enemy and try to damage him or throw him off, but if you are on a bad place afterwards, they make use of it immediately.
You really need to make the best out of your movement, of course, offensive-wise, by using the dash, the stomp, the team jump, but your placement is crucial. Because of course the enemies can move a lot as well, and if you are not in a good position, you might regret it the next turn.
Okay. So now I could attack, but I'm not going to do it. The game.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not gonna. What I wanted to say here is that I like the fact that the game automatically brings you into a character, it makes you move, then it makes you attack, then it makes you use the ability. But you are absolutely not forced to do that in that order.
Yeah.
You can mix and match everything in any way you want in order to be flexible. So now I moved, I did a jump, and I did a slide on the rabbit with Rabbit Yoshi.
Yeah.
Then I bring him on cover, but instead of shooting, now I'm moving Luigi away, so that then I can shoot him later.
So maybe we should wait for the next turn to move Luigi over there, because he will be alone, and it's always tricky. So maybe put it in cover over there.
Okay. So let's do this.
And now that the explosive cover is free, then you can shoot at the enemy.
I can shoot at the enemy, but I will hit him instead of hitting
you
cover.
You will destroy the cover. That will trigger the super effect.
Whoa.
Bam.
Bam.
And the super effect is a vampire. So now the enemy is vampirized. Every time you will damage him, you will get some health point.
So I'm draining life from him, and I'm getting it for myself. Wow. Okay, that's cool. But I'm still not done, because I still have one attack, and I mean, I think he will not have a lot of time to be vampirized.
And with a critical push out of the bounds,
nice.
Definitely a lot of, and you get some HP back.
But now, do I get the boo? Like, the boo is staying there now.
The boo is here.
So I just pass the turn to the enemy?
Yeah, you can. There is not much else for you to do. You could use the shield, but it's not really, you are not really in danger right now.
I'll keep the cooldown for the next.
Better keep it for... and here we see the boos up, and they will teleport the enemy actually in a good position for you, because it's pretty far away.
Yeah.
I love that you have the fast forward button, that you can use it, but I actually just love to see what they are exactly doing.
And here we can see that the enemies, of course, they also can use pipes. Here is grabbing a boo once again.
Nice. I like that they're playing exactly to... They're just making themselves be grabbed by the boos.
Yeah.
So.
And here we see a new archetype. Those are the peekaboos, and they can teleport themselves within a very big range, which can be tricky. So now it's time to really move forward. As we said, it's a rich area, so we need to get there as fast as possible.
So it's like a rabbit with a flame on his head, with a leather hat, and like no legs. And he's a ghost. And he can teleport, and he can scare people as well?
He can scare people, or he attracts people.
Okay. Okay, it's going to take a bit to process, but...
it's all right.
Okay, so again, let's start... well, let me get some coins with the cursor, and then I'll start by moving Mario again. I think I can bring him now on the other side. Ooh.
Perfect.
It's kind of... Okay, so first we slide on him.
Maybe you could bring Rabbid Yoshi instead.
Ah, because you can do it more than once.
Yeah,
so,
and then you'll be able to team jump on Rabbid Yoshi to do a dash and a stomp.
Yes,
so
this is why you need a developer to explain
I wanted
the combo.
to say, it totally feels like you played that before.
A little bit. I spent a little bit of time.
So maybe I can put him here? Do you think it's going to be too
not
far?
Not too far, because you won't be able to team jump.
I actually love
Maybe
having the
just
boost
here.
around, because they save me from time to time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that happened before. Like, I was in a fight and I was about to get knocked off, and then he randomly placed me somewhere else.
Ah, okay.
I love that.
So, okay. Nice. Most of the time they are not.
Yeah, I know.
They are not that grateful against the boost.
Maybe you get lucky
It's all right.
sometimes.
So they don't. They get damage at the same rate, right? Yeah. The two rabbits, they get the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, these guys.
Sometimes you have weapons that have specific bonus against specific enemies, but in this case it's not the case. Let's go Mario.
Ah no, Mario first. Yes, Mario first. We go here. We slide. Then we team jump, and
so you won't be able. If you dash, you cannot stomp the enemy.
But the stomp is
more
higher.
powerful.
So
but
then
at the same time, you could reach higher with the team jump. It's up to you.
Let's just so that we show something different. We show this, then we go back into cover here.
Perfect.
Oh,
Nice.
30. And
I will not.
oh, yes,
It's
you're
okay.
right.
It's okay. It's okay.
Ah, no, but he didn't die,
No.
so it's okay. Yeah.
Because of course, if the enemy is knocked down, the boo will stay in position and be ready to catch the next character.
Someone else, yeah.
Passing this way.
So you think then I shouldn't slide on him?
No, the slide is okay. You will do 20 damage as you
Okay.
can see below, so that's fine. And then you can team jump to a safe spot. Yeah, perfect.
Are you okay so far with the way Filippo is playing?
It's okay. It's okay. I've seen much worse.
Thank you.
Sounds like you were here yesterday when I played.
So yeah, I'll just activate the Steely Stare just in case, but it's active again. And you said better not to defeat.
No,
it.
now it's okay. The boo will stay here.
Because
but
he's not
already
catching
moved.
other movement. Yes.
And once again, it's really important to, of course, a lot of stuff is happening right now, but we just teleported you like a quarter, three-quarter into the game. So lots of stuff is happening. I was not expecting a perfect run anyway.
But yeah, I mean, we've seen the much earlier levels of the game earlier at E3 and then over the course of the summer. Oh, wow!
Here we can see the incredible range of Luigi. So, oh, and bounce. Go back where you were.
And 3. Wow. Okay. Well, next time. Next time maybe he'll be lucky. So this is instead a special ability of the Valkyrie, which is a special type of rabbit, of enemy rabbit.
So it's called the Protect.
See, they can do it too.
So what it does is it will absorb some of the damage that its allies are taking.
Okay.
So let's see who can reach the pipe apart from Luigi.
Can somebody? They are all
a little bit too far for Mario.
Yeah.
Okay, so
is it? Can you scroll over there on the left side, Filippo?
Yeah, I mean I can probably defeat this Valkyrie by the time with all the attacking with everybody. So maybe I start with
dash. Then you can probably team jump on Mario to get behind the cover. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, even the music is a bit of a riff on the Haunted House type of.
The music in the game is always on point. Grant Kirkhope is the composer for the music, and he did an amazing job throughout the whole game experience, especially in Spooky. And if you saw the Phantom trailer, which is the final boss fight of this world, you can see some really nice opera singing rabbit phantom stuff.
Oh yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, there is definitely a high quota of crazy going on in this game.
That's what you expect, right?
No, in a good way. I mean, yeah, of course, that's exactly what you want. So here we slide and just I push myself, not so much in his cover, but we should be able to. I still have one attack with, or do I?
7 HP.
So either side, and I still have the attack.
You can even dash, perfect.
Oh yeah, I could just dash into him. Yes.
Just as a taunt to your enemies, like I don't even need to shoot you.
I don't even need to use weapons.
Should I go here?
And yeah, okay. You will need the 2 characters alive to go there.
Yeah, I'm thinking where because I don't place anybody in cover if I do this.
Team jump on Mario can no, that's okay. Better to stay here.
I don't want to go there with just Luigi, as you said. I'll just put him here.
Oh, and you forgot to dash.
Oh, sorry. Anyway,
so now we use weapons.
Yeah, I could have used the weapon to attack somebody else, but.
But you still have seen worse, right?
Sorry?
You still have seen worse, right?
Yeah. Much worse. Don't worry. It's okay.
Sorry, Filippo.
No,
I had to.
It's fine.
And now we have 2 peekaboos that are going to spawn right now. So let's see what they are going to do. Unfortunately, as they teleport, they do not trigger the hero sight.
Ah, okay, because they disappear completely instead of moving.
And we lost Bunty. Okay. It's okay. It was a decoy, and that's the. Oh, so now it's getting a bit worse.
So the situation changed completely.
Yeah, that's what we really try to reach as a balance in the game. Like, it's a tactical game. You have to think about it. You have to plan your strategy. Yeah. But at the same time, during the enemy turn, there is always the unexpected that is going to happen. So here, for example, the peekaboo attracted you, which makes you move through a boo. So the boo grabbed you, and now you just need to adapt your strategy. But actually, it's not that bad.
I just wanted to see how much movement I can do with... So...
We are in a good shape, don't worry.
In theory, I could bring one between Mario and Rabbid Yoshi here, and use
team jump
to go up.
So as Mario is grabbed by a boo, he will be teleported next turn. So it would be better to use him as a support and a decoy.
So we can maximize, say, his usefulness. Here,
yes, perfect.
Should be good. And I could even...
You should be able to, at least defeat that guy.
Yeah. Yes, that's very good. And
Rabbid Yoshi can come later on. Team jump.
I hope I will be able to survive the next turn.
You have your shield ready. Good thing we used it. We did not use it before.
Yeah. And first I attack this guy, I would say.
Yeah.
Yes. And
the push, obey, perfect.
I still will use the shield just in case. But next turn we should be able. So Mario
bye Mario.
Is the way?
Pretty far away.
So in this situation, it's actually the Rabbids are really saving the day.
By the way, I extremely love these tentacles playing the harp.
In each world, we call them our musical props. So in each world, you have props like that. So in this case, it's those weird plant harp things. And they always play in rhythm with the music. It's really cool to just stop playing and have a look at how they play. So in Ancient Garden, it's flowers which play like trumpets, and Mario is getting a hard time right now.
Yeah, I think I will not get a perfect this time.
No.
But I actually never noticed what you just pointed out. This musical props is actually a super nice touch.
It is.
No misclick, and we should be alright.
Wow. Make us proud, Philip.
That's how low my reputation has gone in just 2 live streams.
I'm so sorry.
Already like completely. Okay.
I'm just happy that I didn't have to do it because I'm so terrible at it.
Okay.
It's a wonderful game.
perfect.
Fantastic.
Not perfect, but good job.
But we passed.
But
we passed.
We've seen
yes. You said to me that there is a world record for this stage, which is how many turns?
Far, the world record is 2 turns.
Wow.
Just for, and I encourage, as soon as the game is released, and it's pretty soon, try to finish that map, that specific map, in 2 turns. And I'm really hoping that we will see some crazy stuff.
Wow.
I can say it. I am the one holding the.
Oh,
okay.
I see. So who is it again? The one with the world record?
I think it. No, it's a developer from. No, it's me.
Okay. Nice.
And here, once again, with the rhythm, we just finished a tough battle, so time to explore, relax a little bit. But of course, we don't want just to relax, we will have to think a bit.
Yeah.
Now with some puzzles, so along the way you will find puzzles to either find some rewards or unlock your way until the next areas.
Perfect.
Okay. So here we have a classic of puzzles,
yeah.
The laser and mirrors. And I like that it's actually like a big torchlight.
It's still a rabbit.
Yeah. So basically, I think so. We have these pillars. You remember before we did with the statues on the pillars?
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Let's see what we can do. Ah, yeah, there's a statue there. Oh, and actually, sorry.
Yeah.
Loot is loot. I have to take it.
So let's look into it for like 30 seconds, for like more like 30
I
seconds,
just want
because
to give an idea of the
exactly,
puzzle. Yeah.
that's what I mean.
I don't want to solve it. Also, I don't want to spoil everything for everybody.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
let's go for the blue one for now.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
I'm really, really sorry, Filippo. We have to end right here. So thank you very much, Quentin, for coming by.
Really excited to be here.
Yeah, what a fantastic game. So I'm looking forward to play more of this, and as you said before, to see people actually do it in different ways, because I guess there are, like you said, this surprise factor brings you different games every time you play it, and that's what I love about it. And the quirky and fun character of Rabbids combined with Mario, fantastic job.
And
so
it's very soon, because it's released in less than a week now, so 29th of August. Really excited.
I can wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think the guys at Gamescom here can't wait as well, but they don't have to wait for much longer, at least for the signing session of Charles Martinet. He's going to be on stage after this show right now, and then you guys can grab an autograph. And I hope this was of interest for you guys out there. Thank you so much for tuning in, if you're tuning in through the live stream. And of course, thank you very much for your attention at the battle stage. And if Quentin is around, maybe just go to him and get an autograph from him as well. He's the world record holder. Don't forget that. So thank you very much. And I hope that you guys will join us again. Oh, one information, the signing session is not on the stage, it's at the side of the stage. So just so you know. So thank you very much again, and then I hope to see you guys in the next stream. I think it's going to be in like, do you know it? I think at 3 o'clock. Yeah, it's something really special, and it's Super Mario Odyssey. So see you guys later. Goodbye. Thanks.